how are ya? Well, it's been a while since I made my last video. And yeah, of course there's a lot to talk about lately. But I really need to continue to talk about this disclosure, alien disclosure. Probably no new people, so if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I 100% believe that these aliens are fallen angels. Fallen angels are demons. And the Trump administration has released now 3 times supposed information about UFOs, or they're calling them different nowadays. And it's not anymore an unidentified flying object, but something else. But it's the same thing. It's unidentified, flying objects. But they're naming them different, whatever reason. And so 3 times they have released files. Of course, these files have been known for years. But at least now they're admitting, that this is really real, and they're not lying to us anymore and saying, oh no, these things don't happen. So at least something. Now, with this movie coming out, Disclosure Day by Spielberg, everybody is talking about it. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. And again, Spielberg is adding his version of disclosure. Spielberg, of course, is not telling you they're fallen angels, or demonic forces. They have always been here. Yes, they have. But we, as humankind, have for the longest time reasoned it away. In other words, we're denying the existence because we can't, I'm not saying see it, because we can see it, but we don't want to acknowledge it. And of course, we know Spielberg has done, over the years, many movies, blockbuster movies about aliens, starting with, was E.T. his first one. And so, yes, I have not seen his movie. I will watch it for sure, but I've heard a lot of commentaries on it. And he is not saying either, just like the government, who these aliens are. I think he has actually reports, and that he even shows these grays, right, on his movie. He even, of course, made one of the main characters is even somebody who was abducted. Actually, both of them were abducted. And because of that, they have now special abilities. I don't know. Somebody tampered with their brain function. Don't know how to explain that. People, you need to understand that these things have been around since the beginning of humankind. It's the fallen angels. Yes, God has created these beings. And no, they're not coming from other planets. I think the Bible would tell us. Of course, there are some people that believe in the flat earth, and they believe there are no other planets anyways. There's a lot of lies, okay, spread by NASA about outer space, too. I believe it, that's for sure. They haven't told us everything either, with the moon landing and everything. No, there's a lot of lies out there, and believe me, yes, I know. It does not mean that we need to turn everything off and pretend like they don't exist, because these things will affect us and our children and grandchildren and our friends. It will affect us severely, and it will deceive mankind even more than what they are already deceived. My channel is about recovering and undoing these lies. Lies, and more lies, especially when they are related to the Bible. And this alien disclosure is related to the Bible. And if we want to know what kind of creatures God created, we have to find it in the Bible. And the Bible tells us that God created these beings before humankind. Yes, he did. And on top of it, these beings before the flood tried to manipulate the DNA of humankind and created hybrids. Hybrids who then had souls or consciousness, that would not really, die like human beings. But they would be in this world roaming around trying to find a host. Those are the demons. And people, of course, oh no, we don't want to acknowledge that. Because that's what happened during the Enlightenment. I don't believe the Enlightenment was bad. I believe the Enlightenment did just as much damage as before. Because they threw out supernatural stuff, like God, like the demons, and now they're coming in, replacing that void that they created. See, well, if we don't have a God, we have to explain how humankind came about. So they come up with their own little nonsense. Right? Oh, it's the aliens that planted and created humankind. Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. Oh yeah, there's aliens from other planets, like these grays that come from Mars. Well, they never said they come. I mean, at the beginning they said that they are from Mars. Little green men from Mars. And then what did they do? They created these little green men from Mars. These little, what were they? They, of course, the grays. And how did they do it? They created bodies, biological. That's exactly a name. I'm not even sure if Spielberg used that word biological. Biological, they have a biological body, right? And that body, he doesn't say that, even though he knows it. I'm almost certain Spielberg knows quite a lot. That's how he makes these videos. Biological, that means this body was created. Please watch Avatar. Basically the same thing. They created these avatars so humans could put their human consciousness in these different bodies and live on a planet that is, anti-human. Watch it. And that's exactly what they did. They created bodies, biological bodies, Now, I don't have any proof because nobody's telling us, but that's the way it is. Biological bodies, so the grace can go into it, and the demons, which then are the grace, go into it. That's the demons. They're little worker bees, of course, for the fallen angels. Most of the time, they are involved in the abductions. And believe me, the abductions, let's say they're real. It's hard to say if these people actually are taken, their body taken, or if it all happens psychological, or if it's a combination of psychological and physical. And I hope you understand what I mean. Physical, that they are actually physically taken. Psychological is that they are playing with their psyche, with their perception, so they see things that a normal person cannot see. I do not see, and I don't want to see, any ghosts, for instance, because I know they're demonic. But when you think and you're opening yourself up to a dimension that is not necessarily visible to us, then you will see things that may not exist. Also, these demonic forces or fallen angels can actually put thoughts in your mind if you open yourself. It's possession. If an entity, a demon, possesses you, they can read your mind. They're in your brain somewhere. I don't know how. How do demons possess another person? How in the world can fallen angels, tamper with your brain? And they can if you allow it. I don't believe it will happen unless you allow it, unless you open yourself up to these demonic things. My cat is watching a buck over here. Sorry, I got distracted. So many things, people, we don't know, because before the Enlightenment, the church was controlling these things, this information about angels, fallen angels, demons, whatever, devil, Satan, Lucifer. Then after the Enlightenment, they tried to erase it. Again, you should also watch this, I think it's a TV series called Childhood's End. Now there's a book written, right? Somebody wrote a book and they made it into a series, TV series. Childhood's End. Again, same principle. Okay, this alien is coming. He doesn't call himself devil, even though he looks like a devil. He's trying to reprogram humankind so they wouldn't think about what a devil is, right? Because it's always negative, right, what a devil is. And then eventually they replace it with other concepts, like alien, benevolent, being, whatever. And people then, start trusting this, benevolent is a benevolent creature. But that benevolent creature is not a benevolent, it's evil. And we have the same thing. So now what we're doing is, or what this Lucifer did, is replacing negative ideas about demons, fallen angels, Lucifer, with good things. Oh, these things are good. And Steven Spielberg did the same thing. He replaced. They're not evil. They are good. They want us to be good. Even though these aliens have been hiding for at least since the 40s and 30s, at least, this is how far this disclosure is going back. Of course, they've been here before. They have been hiding themselves since 6,000 years. Oh, before they came as gods? Is that hiding who they really are? Oh, and then they came as whatever. They're hiding themselves as, these devils or whatever. It's constantly for 6,000 years they have been hiding. And that is not benevolent. That is deceiving, very much deceiving. And what are they doing? Yeah, at the end of this, what I have heard of this movie, opening up that, well, maybe they are not that bad. Maybe they are, better than humankind. Yeah, well, it doesn't take much to show that humankind is corrupt. That's another thing, okay, what they're trying to do. And I understand humankind is corrupt, okay? But why are they corrupt? They're corrupt because of these demons, because of these fallen angels, because of Lucifer. At least that's part of it. They choose it too, of course. They're opening themselves up and they're following the lead of these fallen angels. Of course, they're going along with it. I understand. But who is more corrupt? I would think the one who is higher developed is more corrupt. But is Spielberg saying that? Is the government saying, oh no, we're going to show you little pictures. Pictures of what? Is it really aliens? This is another problem we're having, people. Are these really alien pictures? Are these, again, staged events, like, for instance, Roswell, where they said they found this crashed UFO, and then they did reverse engineering? Was that staged? Staged by who? Okay. Well, did the fallen angels stage something so they would give technology to human beings? Was it also already a reverse engineered flying object that crashed because they were testing it? And then they said, oh, there were aliens inside. I mean, these grays inside. Did they already have these avatars from these demons, the grays, during that time? And so on and so on. This is a lie that goes very deep. And all that they're bringing out now is these things that we have known for a long time, and they have had this information. They could have researched it, but they don't want to tell you everything. They know the information. I'll guarantee you that they know the information. Who? Yeah, well, it's covered pretty good. And believe me, Trump doesn't know diddly squat. Trump doesn't know anything. He tells whatever these agencies who have the information, hey, give them some stuff so they are quiet. And they're not giving us all the stuff. They're giving us the only stuff that has been out there forever. Nobody has checked into it? No, I don't think so. It's my belief that the government has been in contact. the U.S. government has been in contact since the Second World War with these aliens, probably prior to that too. But since the Second World War, since these aliens didn't work closely with Hitler anymore, now they're working more with the United States, which is now their empire, okay? The empire that rose out of the destruction of Europe. And they are now the empire. And that's the empire they are working with. You know what? And people are always still confused about who the false prophet is of Revelation 13. Or who the beast is out of the sea in Revelation 13. All we have to do is watch and follow history. This is all pointing to this. And yeah, we have to collect information. And sometimes this information we can get, from people that call themselves Christians and may not, have a very bad, theology, like Timothy Alberino. I understand very well people. Then who do you want to go to? Non-Christians. And sometimes I actually like to do that rather than so-called Christians to get the information. But again, do we have all of the information from these people? No, only some. But we need to understand what the enemy plans. We cannot close our eyes and put ourselves in this bubble and pretend like everything is rosy rose until Jesus returns. Because it is not. People are being deceived left and right. And we're going down this, as humankind, this slippery road. We're celebrating 250 years this year. 250 years of this United States. Not very long. Very short time. And people, it's not going to get not much older. It's not going to get much older. And it's so corrupt. And if we don't see the corruptness of this government, for years, people. Yeah, I understand all of the presidents are nothing but puppets. They're puppets. They're put there, they're kept there because they want power or money. Like Trump, like Biden, like anybody else down the road. Put there as puppets. Somebody is controlling them from the back. From the what? Shadow? Deep state? And that's the case for every party. Every president is chosen and put there by the same people for thousands of years. And who is that? Yeah, I always say the Vatican, the Jesuit, and people scream. But yeah, they have more continuancy than anything else. Of course, you can go further up the pyramid of power, which then you get to the fallen angels and the demons. And that's what we have today. These fallen angels are, coming out now, but not as fallen angels, but as aliens. And, of course, they are now benevolent. They are good people. They are good beings that are trying to help humankind. Oh, they're doing it, Yes, they're doing all this like the abductions. They're doing it for the benefit of humankind. Oh, they're forcing people into stuff. We know that. You know, they're taking people, they say, against their will. They're experimenting with them and all kinds of stuff. Oh, but it's for the benefit of humankind. That's what Spielberg is coming out with, right? And yeah, Spielberg is a movie. That's his opinion. But people will go by it, right? This is also part of the disclosure, preparing people to accept these aliens. And you already, if you've been watching my movies, my videos, you know already what I think the outcome of this is. They will control. All this is false anyways. It's very false. They don't tell you the truth about it. And they're using it to control humankind. And I have said it over and over again. When the rapture is happening, they will blame the aliens for it. Again, this year, right, it could happen. And what are we doing? Another round of disclosure, very strong disclosure. And when I say strong disclosure, I mean people are being prepared for this alien invasion. Should I say invasion? No, they are already here. But the alien exposure, again, disclosure, right? No, they are here and they are active. They have been active, but we haven't told you because you are just too dumb to deal with this. That is insane. We see that even in movies like, Star Trek, over and over, that, oh, humankind, we can't interfere in humankind because, or these cultures, because they're too dumb and it would just totally interrupt their culture if we expose them too early to these thoughts that there's other, beings in the universe. You hear that a lot, don't you? Especially with Star Trek. So people are used to that. Oh no, they can't tell us because we can't handle it. But eventually they will, when they need it to control us. They will tell us. People, be aware. If you have watched this movie already by Steven Spielberg, I think Disclosure Day, let me know what you think. And I don't want to hear about, oh, he is not a Christian. No, he is not a Christian, so then consider that. Okay? Put that in your mind that he is not a Christian, and you have to be extremely aware of the information he gives you, and you need to be critical of the information he gives you. Okay? He's a Jew. Is he an atheistic Jew? Does he even believe? He says he's a Jew, but is he even a believer? Or is he even rejecting Judaism? He calls himself a Jew, but he rejects Judaism, the religion, which is so much the case with many Jews, or people that call themselves Jews. So yeah, keep that in mind. Does that mean we shouldn't be watching it? I think it is very helpful to watch it because it is part of preparing us, the world, humankind, for a specific event. And again, this event is not necessarily the alien disclosure or the alien actually showing themselves, but it will become very relevant when the rapture happens. Now, I know lots of people don't even believe in the rapture. Okay? They don't even believe that there's going to be a time when all of a sudden these true believers will be gone. So how are they going to deal with it when all of a sudden these people are gone? Oh no, that's not going to happen. Are they going to be the ones that will be falling for this nonsense, the worst, from all these so-called Christians? Because that's all they are. They're not true believers. If they'd be true believers, they would know what the bridegroom has planned. And they don't know it. Yes. Anybody who refuses to believe in 1 Thessalonians 4, okay, whether you call it catching up or whether you call it rapture, it doesn't matter, people. It's only a word. We're going by the event. If you reject that event, 1 Thessalonians 4 or 1 Corinthians 15, if you reject that event, and that event is not a public event, it will happen in darkness for the world. And only the bride will know when it happens. Again, 1 Thessalonians 5. You have to now read all of 1 Thessalonians 5 as well. Okay? You understand that? It tells you that it will happen like a thief in the night, and the world will not know it. They will not see Jesus in the sky. It will be, yes, in secret. People don't like that either. Oh, my secret rapture. Yeah, it is going to be a secret rapture. Okay? And they will blame the aliens. They will blame the aliens. And it's all being prepared right now. I have said that for years. But of course, again, my videos don't go out there. Because I speak the truth. That's why. And you're not supposed to know this. You're supposed to be kept in darkness. I'm coming to an end. Let me know what you think. Yes, send me some comments. Give me a thumbs up, people. And let the Holy Spirit always guide you.